Hello guys. Welcome back to our 100x Entrepreneur Summit. Okay, let me see who is here in our Facebook Live. Any midnight owl here? Any late nighters here? Let me know in the comment box below. Guys, this is the fifth Facebook Live that we have here today. Wow, it has been a super duper long day. We have early on in the afternoon, we have a chit chat session with Alfred, and then after that, we have Melanie, okay, to talk about the business mindset, the mind game, okay. Right after that, we have a giveaway, and then we have a co-founder session. And then the second part of the live, okay, during our second part of the live, well, of course, you have some pump-up session with all of you. Well, some of you enjoyed so much at the pump-up session. And we have Sarifa, okay, Sarifa came onto our show and shared about how you turn obstacles into opportunities. Followed by the third session will be from Chase, okay, Chase. He's a magician. He came up here, shared with us a little bit some tricks about magic, how you can actually spice up your life with magic, how you can connect to strangers, turn them into customers with magic. One simple trick will do. And the last part, which what just happened, which what just ended earlier on, was the business networking session. Now, in a business networking session, we get to speak to Wendy, we get to speak to Paul, two amazing, two powerful business coach out there. They've given some solid advice for our business owners, to Jonah, to Elaine, to Tira, and of course to MJ as well. So if you wish to watch back all those, you can always go back to 100x Connect's Facebook page, check out all our Facebook Live video from day one until today, until this very session as well. So once again, thank you so much for participating. This is already day number 10 of our Facebook Live, and this is the last session for tonight, which is the late night show with Jonah. Now, in this late night show with Jonah has actually invited a special guest to join him to talk about a very interesting topic. So Jonah, he is also a talk show host. A part of that, he is also an entrepreneur, okay? He's also an entrepreneur. He handles property development. He handles property management. He handles fitness industry, okay? I think he is someone who's really awesome. He runs multiple businesses as well. And he even have time to run a talk show. So here we are, finally. Farhana says finally. That's right, finally. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's late already, and I think, you know what? It's time to bring out the late night show with Jonah.
Hi, Vivian. Thank you so much for the kind introduction.
Hello. Over to you, Jonah.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for actually waiting till like 10:18. I know it's 10:18. So yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank MC Vivian for her kind introduction and what she has actually brought to the summit, because of her dedication and how she actually put through the past, I don't know, 11, 12 days non-stop, speaking from like 1 in the afternoon till 10 at night, sometimes up to 11 at night. I think not many people can actually pull through something like that. So kudos, Vivian. I think that's really fantastic what you actually done and what you actually brought to the summit. So a little bit about myself. My name is Jonah. I am a property developer or entrepreneur, and also I run this late night show with Jonah. So thank you so much for actually tuning in tonight. So the reason I run these interviews is so that everyone can actually learn, right? So everyone can actually learn from the speakers and these inspiring leaders that I bring onto the show about their experiences, about their failures, and how they bring their business to the next level. So on this show, we actually feature all these business leaders. So with their passion and drive, we hope that this will actually motivate you to step out of your comfort zone and do better because of it. So tonight's show is very special because not only just we are actually part of the 100x virtual summit, we are also this summit also has actually gathered practitioners, trainers from all around the globe, from different backgrounds, to actually give a glimpse of the entrepreneurship life for 14 days. So today we are already in day 10. And I'm very proud to be part of this session. So in today's session, we have Keanu, who is number one on Google network marketing coach. I myself am very passionate about what he has to talk about today, which is the art of story selling. So Keanu is a network marketing coach, and the topic that he's passionate about is MLM, or network marketing. So I'm passionate about MLM because I myself have been a victim of these poor marketing tactics. So I believe many people also have this kind of experiences, like their old college, high school friend will call them up for a 2-hour coffee session, and then they will actually want to sell you an MLM product or want to recruit you as a downline. Sounds familiar, right? So I myself has been part of this very, very scary kind of tactic. So up until now, I'm still haunted by this experience, and I wish that no one would actually have to go through this ever again, or actually be making the same mistake. That is why I invited on Keanu. So Keanu Chu is a coach who coaches clueless MLM people, or in the network marketing industry, who is actually struggling with their business. So he actually helps them develop professional identity, both online and offline, and expand their network without the pain of being alienated by their friends or family. So today, Keanu will be sharing with us what is story selling all about, how to write a propelling story to captivate our targeted audience, and how we can actually tell a story while subtly including a call to action in our message. So just before I invite Keanu on, right, I do hope you guys can support this session by sharing this session to people whom you think might benefit from this. Share out as much as you can. Hit the smash a like and heart button, and do support us in that sense. So if you wish to connect with like-minded individuals as well, I really do hope that you guys can actually join our team at 100x. I myself am actually a recipient of this 100x community. I find it super supportive. I myself have benefited from this tremendously, and the how you can actually be part of this is actually to join us as a member. And the best of all is it is all for free. So the link for all this will be in the comment section below. So you just have to click onto the link and sign up now, right? So yeah. So without further ado, so let's now welcome Keanu to share his story and experiences with us. Hi, Keanu.
Hey,
Hi.
hi.
Hey, yo, bro. What's up,
Good
man?
evening, everyone. Yes,
Good
it's
evening.
a
Yes. Thank
great
you so much for
Wednesday
actually
evening.
coming on to the show, especially now it's like 10:20. I know you're super busy, and you actually made time to actually come on to the show to share with us your knowledge and experiences, and I'm very, very happy that you did so.
It's my pleasure. 100x has been doing a really great job connecting entrepreneurs. Let's give them a big round of applause for that. And it's really my pleasure to be here on this stage sharing with you guys. And of course, our Mr. Late Night Show host.
Thank you so much. So just before we continue, right, we actually want to welcome some of our guests onto the show. We do have Farhana, Abigail,
Hey, hi.
Ronald. We have Amanda. We have MC Vivian. We have
hi, Vivian.
Elaine. We have Ellie in the house. Wow! Thanks for actually supporting. Hi, Singwei. Singwei has
Hi,
been super
Amanda. Hi,
supportive.
Kian. Yeah.
Every
Dr.
single
Ali's here.
session that
Yeah.
I'm on live. Yeah, Ellie. We have
Wow.
Chun Kian Pang. Thank you so much for actually supporting this session and being with us till 10 o'clock at night. Right. So yeah, do share this with your friends and family if they are inside the MLM industry, or if they just want to see how they can actually grow their social media presence, like how Keanu actually did. So Keanu actually did it very well, and he has actually got some viral posts that we'll be sharing with you guys later on. So I do hope you guys tune till the very end, because we'll be sharing. Keanu will be dropping them a lot of nuggets, and you guys will definitely be benefiting from this specific session. So Keanu, I myself, I want to ask you this question: what made you want to enter this network marketing game, and what was your motivation factor behind it?
All right. Let me just start with my background and my first job At my first job, I was an auditor, a financial auditor. When I started working, I was from the accounting background. So from ACCA, then I went on to join one of the medium-sized audit firm. So and I thought that would be my life. Everyone after finish school, they go to college, get a degree, and then they start working. So I thought that would be my life path. It was actually this very classic book called Rich Dad Poor Dad that changed my mind entirely. And I saw that I saw that I didn't want to continue working as an accountant and counting other people's money. I mean, no offense to all the accountants here. You guys are great. Without you, our taxes would be all messy. But personally, I don't feel like counting other people's money every day. So I started, looking at what are some of the ways that I can move from the E quadrant employees to the B quadrant business. But back then, MLM wasn't really a well accepted industry. Let's just say that, all right? So I was actually doing insurance and MLM at the same time, part time, apart from my daytime job. So it was attending their trainings, their motivation session, their leadership sessions that I see my future actually is more in either one of these two industries than in accounting. So I left accounting and I joined banking because I still need some income that I can work on flexible hours. So I joined a sales team in Standard Chartered Bank, just so that I can have more flexible time to work on my insurance and MLM business. So after a while, I kind of like, okay, I need to get a footing. I need to settle down with something that I can call my lifetime career. So I was actually choosing between insurance and MLM. I think it's probably because of the books that I've been reading, the courses that I've been attending that talks about leadership. I'm more inclined to MLM because of the leadership platform, the potential to develop leadership, the mindset, the skill sets, and heart set that got me into it. So and it was really not an easy decision to make. All right, it was really not an easy decision to make, from a corporate to MLM. So I guess the motivation is the potential to enhance and develop my leadership skills. I think that's the core.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah. So how did your mom actually take to it when you actually decided to quit your corporate job? Because as moms, they want to always safeguard us and want the best for us, although it might not be the best sometimes. So how did your parents actually take to it when you say, Ma, I want to quit my job and I want to join MLM?
Yeah, that was the hard part I was mentioning just now. It was really not easy because I didn't come from a well-to-do family, so it was already hard for them to pay for my studies, from the diploma, but the degree was kind of like okay because I won a scholarship from the Star Education, so my entire degree was paid for. So after I finished my degree and I worked as an accountant, the typical Chinese family, either accountant or lawyer or doctor, right?
Yep.
So I'm one of the three. So after a while, and then I told them, I said, I think I want to quit accountancy. They were shocked. Then they asked me, so what do you want to venture in? And I said banker. They're still kind of like okay with it, at least it's still banker. And then but they didn't know that the reason I joined banking is because so I can learn sales and marketing skills to enhance on my future career, either in insurance or MLM. So the moment when I decided to go full-time on MLM and drop all my other employments, full-time or part-time employments, that was really the moment they actually sat me down and asked me a lot of questions. I'm grateful because they did not ask it in a way that was interrogating, but they would really want to understand, my chain of thought. So I explained to them, and then they were not very convinced, but they knew that I was very decided. So they say, you just gotta be careful, don't fall into scam, don't buy a lot of products and stuff like that, So I say, no worries, I don't have money to buy so many products anyway. So I started with the learning curve and stuff and all. That time my mom was running a kindergarten, so I actually used the kindergarten premise because kindergarten doesn't open at night. So I actually used a premise to do my product presentation, my business presentation. I get my friends to come along, and I present. So my mom had to be there because it was her office, all right? So she had to make sure I don't mess it up. But I was quite touched when my mom came over and she brought a few friends, to just join the presentation. And she was actually trying to convince her friends to buy from me. And I think that meant more than any upline motivation quote can do. All right, that one simple act of my mom bringing her friends, convincing them to buy from me, I think that is the ultimate statement of I support you. So I think that actually like pushed me all the way to, okay, I have to make this happen. I cannot do it halfway. I have to learn how to make it work. All right, I have to learn how to reverse the psychology and the perception behind it. I know it's an uphill battle, but I can't let my mom down. So I think that was what anchored my motivation, and I have to make it in this industry.
I see. So were you actually doing MLM while you were working in your full-time job, or you just quit your full-time job completely and then jump straight into it? How was it like?
I was I left my full-time job, and then I was doing some part-time job just to pay the bills, so that I can have more time doing MLM. That was when I just got started. So until I break to the first rank, then I quit the job entirely and went all out in my MLM career.
Wow, fantastic. So yeah, do tell me a bit about your mom, because I believe she's actually still very hardworking. I believe she's in her 60s right now, and she is still churning away every single day, selling tarts in Cheras. So do tell us a little bit more about your mom, and the 100 hacks. I actually tasted some of their tart,
Yeah.
some of the tarts. So in the comments below, right, you guys, if you are 100x member and you have actually tasted Keanu's mom's siu pao tarts and
Kaya puff.
the rest curry puffs,
Yeah.
do type 1 in the comments. Yeah, type 1. So yeah, do tell us a little bit about your mom, Keanu.
So she has devoted her life to being a kindergarten principal, a teacher and principal, and then she just loved teaching. She just loved kids. All right. And I remember there was a year, I think it was 2018, that she said she really want to like retire, because it's although she loved the kids, she loved teaching and she loved the kids, but she feels that she want to slow down, because loving kids and teaching kids is very different from running a kindergarten, where you got to deal with payment collection, you got to deal with the operation and all the stuff. So she's not really into managing all this stress. So I said, okay, let me just help you run the management side, and then we'll see how it goes, for a couple of years. So we decided to let her like completely retire by the end of 2019. So the decision came about in the midst of 2019. So I said, okay, so this year, by year end, we don't want to open for enrollment, So once the kids all go to standard 1, we'll just end this, so you can like completely retire. So sometime in October or November, when we are having our last semester with the kids, she stumbled upon this opportunity to sell siu bao and kaya puff and all, and she really loved doing it. So I say I think it's just about time. So we closed down the kindergarten, and then all our furniture and all our books, we donated it to Tiratana Welfare Society. All right, so they support a lot of orphanages. So it was really something that I helped my mom, like giving back to the society. We didn't sell any furniture or any books. We just everything just donated. So she started her new business, selling siu bao, and kaya puff and all. And she was like really enjoying doing that, because she said, at least if I accidentally drop the siu bao, they won't cry and scream and vomit onto my pants. So she enjoyed it, and I'm happy that she's enjoying it. All right. So and then the MCO started last year March. So that moment got us to believe that we were blessed, because if we were still running kindergarten during MCO, it would be a whole different level of stress.
Yeah.
Right? So well, I think my mom is blessed that she just ended her teaching career right before the pandemic happened.
Wow, fantastic. That's an amazing story. So Elaine is actually asking, where is this place, Keanu? Where is your mom actually selling all these stuff? Because our 100X community being very supportive of us, we definitely want to go and support. I myself actually supported the 100X community. I actually bought some tarts for the 100X community. So yeah, do tell us a bit more to our audience here. Where can we actually find some?
My mom's shop is located in Taman Pertama, Cheras, all right? But when the ruling starts with the 10 km restriction, she actually had a lot of loyal customers who had been traveling, couldn't get to her shop. And then we couldn't get on Grab or Foodpanda because the margin that they charge are actually eating into our profit margin, because we don't earn a lot per piece. So we didn't consider Foodpanda or Grab or those things. But with the LinkedIn community that I've been quite active on LinkedIn.
Yep.
So there was sometimes I post about my mom's shop and siu bao and stuff. I remember there was this graceful lady called Ruby. I'm not sure if you're watching this, Ruby. She actually PM me and say, can you please send me the address and the phone number of your mom so I can order? I will take care of the delivery. She's actually from Bangsar. She arranged a delivery pickup guy to go to my mom's shop. In fact, she actually ordered the night before, and she bank transferred to my mom, and then she actually get the delivery person to pick up the next morning and all the way back to Bangsar, and she paid for the delivery. So that was a very touching moment. From one single post on LinkedIn, my mom made about 125 ringgit. I mean, not much, but means a lot to her. It's like, wow, people outside of 10 km are buying, and I don't even know them. So that relates back to our topic for tonight, the power of story selling. All right. So in our business, we want to tell great stories, no matter what business you're in, especially in the profession that I'm serving. Okay, I'm coaching and teaching MLMers, network marketers. They have great stories to tell. It's just that a lot of times they are stuck in the mechanics and they got lost in the storytelling. So they get back into the default setting, which is the upline teaching, which is to hunt and regurgitate your stories to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. So a lot of us, a lot of MLMers actually make the mistakes that a lot of people in the MLM industry actually do. Is the cliche, like ambushing people and then but then you actually do it something different. The way that you do it, I find it very commendable, is you actually tell a story and then you somewhat try to you put a subtle call to action message, but it's actually not doesn't feel that way. So maybe you want to tell us a little bit what is this story selling all about?
Story selling is a term that I coined last year during MCO when my post got viral about the remote grocery stuff. So I started teaching some of my students. By the way, my students are all from different MLM companies. We do have a class where people from different companies can come together and support each other, and I'll be coaching them. So story selling is a term that I coined, which I tell them how to wrap what you have to share in the form of storytelling, because people want to listen to story. They don't want to see ads, right? So try not to put up your product poster and talk about promotion and PM me for deals, because that is very commercial, all right? It's like a commercial message board. So you hardly get engagement from that. So telling good story requires some creativity, and it requires some vulnerability as well, because you want to tell stories from your point of view, all right? And when you get traction, when people start following your stories, that is where you start building your own personal brand, and people want to know more about you. They want to know more about what you do and how you can help them. So you want to package your message around good storytelling. So that is what I mean by story selling, because you are selling yourself, you're selling your messages through storytelling.
I like what you mentioned, because a lot of times when we actually buy from somebody, it's actually sometimes not quite the product especially in MLM, we are actually trusting the person selling the product, right? So in that sense, it's like you're actually creating a brand name for yourself. So no matter what you sell, they will always buy from you because they know you, they love you, they trust you. You know, they have this. There's already this relationship between you and the customer, and they buy your products because they trust that you are actually selling genuine products, right?
Yeah, that's the importance of personal branding, and it has a lot to do with credibility, both online and offline. That is why I say both online and offline, because there's a layer of authenticity there. I know a lot of people come across someone who has a different personality online, and when they meet them offline, it's like a totally different person. So there's a gap there. All right. So what we want to do is that, like in my class, in week 2 of my 7 weeks course, I actually teach them how to find their true self, how to find their natural personality. We have this thing called the MLM blueprint. What kind of MLMer are you? All right. So that you can use the path of least resistance to promote yourself, to brand yourself, such that you become a brand name for yourself. You become an ambassador for yourself, not your company or your product. Right. So, and I think that is the crucial part.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you for actually sharing. So to our audience here, I'd like to welcome some of our new audience onto the stage here. So we have Elaine, we have Pauline. Thanks for actually tuning in, guys.
Oh,
We have
Pauline.
Rachel, we have Darren, we have Ellie, we have Chui Kian Pang. Wow,
Oh,
Darren.
Teacher Ken.
Yeah, Teacher Kian. Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much for actually supporting this session, guys. And do actually comment in the comment section which
Yes.
industry you are from. So maybe Keanu can actually tailor some of his messages towards your specific industry, and how his messages and how his storytelling can actually benefit you personally. So yeah, do definitely type it in the comments below your industry. So back to the question, Keanu, on
Cool.
so I actually shared this post. This post actually went super viral on
Yeah.
during MCO time on Facebook. So
Last year, yes.
yeah, so this, I think a lot of people have actually seen it. I personally have. I thought it's super catchy. And it's very simple. The message is very simple. There's no elaborate, super long story, or there's some videos or whatnot. So this post has actually garnered like 1,000+ comments and 40,000 shares. I think that's something very commendable. And yeah, do tell us the thought process behind how you actually came up with a viral story such as this.
Well, the thing is that there's no secret to a viral post, and you can't actually plan a viral post because there's a lot of factors that go into a post being viral. But what I can generally sum up that works for me on this post is that you want to, whenever you want to post something, you want to post to express, not post to impress, right? So try not to put in so much stress just to, if I post this, would it impress? Would how would people react to this post? If we do a lot of that, we lose the authenticity of who we are and what we are trying to express. So this post came about was very natural because for those of you who don't know about this post, last year when we have our first national lockdown in Malaysia, we call it the MCO. That was the first time, and we had a very funny SOP from the government. He said only one person from a household can get out from the house to buy groceries. So naturally, when I went to the supermarket, I saw a lot of clueless men, house husbands, temporary house husbands, and they were clueless. They kind of like they walked into a jungle of vegetables and fruits and meats, and they were lost. So I saw there was this one guy who was on loudspeaker, and he was talking to his wife. Then is it this, is it that? I think he was picking a carrot, and then the wife obviously the wife didn't know that he was on loudspeaker. So the wife was like scolding him and said, "No, that's not carrot, that's tomato. You stupid fool! What you eat? You eat shit one every day." Oops, sorry. so and it was like so hilarious. So I was like telling my wife about it because I was one of the remote grocery shopper as well, because I know nothing about, buying veggie and stuff. So I was on a texting mode instead of loudspeaker. I was texting my wife, so I said, oh, so this uncle's, poor thing, got scolded by the wife. And then there were a few, one was fully texting just like me. The other one was very well equipped with a headphone attached to a phone with a video camera and on live video showing the wife the entire rack. So the wife would just remote control. Okay, up, left. Okay, take that one. So it was like really funny. So it all started from me telling my wife about what happened, right? Then when I got my whole groceries shopping done, when I got back home, then I was telling my wife, what happened. Then she was saying, it was so funny. I think a lot of people will relate to this. So when I posted it, I never thought about anything going viral. I posted it because I want to express that this is so funny. And what I put here, I say, attention, all men, please, charge, have your battery fully charged the night before. It was really an advice, right? Because if your battery is dead, you are dead. So I actually started with that, and then I actually put up a short story of what I encountered. And surprisingly, a lot of ladies were sharing this in the mummy groups, the forum, the home cooked food forum, and it were like going viral in WhatsApp groups and all. It came to a point that one of my wife's ex-schoolmate, texted her and say, I think I saw this viral post, lying around in some of the group chat. Is this your husband? So that was the moment we realized that, okay, I think the post has gone viral. So that night I have to switch off my phone. Otherwise, the Facebook notification will keep, beeping and beeping. So that was a hilarious experience. But what I got out of that was that, I finally see the power of a viral post. You can actually use it for good use. Because 1 week later, the government said, okay, now 2% can go out. Because it went so viral, it actually went on national TV. It went on ATV,
Wow.
the Star, Malay Mail, and on all the media. So everyone is talking about it. And then Tesco and Aeon, they all started offering personal shopper service, pickup, delivery service, online, all this stuff. So you see, that is the power of a good viral post. You can actually use it to do good. All right. So why not use it to really connect with the community, share with them what you can help instead of what you have to sell.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. I think the viral post, the virality is not about, because sometimes you want something to go viral, but it's not that simple. It's sometimes. Do you think it's a hit and miss kind of situation? Like sometimes you will get quite good feedback. Sometimes you think that this post is really really amazing. You post it up but you don't get that much. You don't get that much feedback or that there's not that much likes, and then you get a bit disappointed. How do you go about that? How is it just an expression, and hopefully that something would actually turn out for you, or it's something like you plan, you have that intention for this post to actually go viral? What's your intention behind it?
Thankfully, I never had that kind of stress because I do know some of my friends who are influencers. They get very upset when their very well crafted posts, flop. So probably because I already know some of their thought process even before my post went viral. So when my post went viral, I had a lot of grounds to ground myself that, hey, this is really not about chasing fame. This is really not about crafting something that goes viral. Because if I go down that hole, I might spiral down, because you are being attached to something that you can't measure, you can't predict, and you can't control, right? So to me, I'm totally neutral when I post stuff. Yeah, some of my stuff has got 1 or 2 likes, 1 or 2 comments. It's okay, because that's my page. I treat it like my blog. I feel like posting this, so I post. But I'm more mindful of what I post. Since the viral post, I'm more mindful of what I post, because I do understand that part of personal branding is being clear of the content pillars that you want to post. All right, because what you post regularly kind of like shape how people see you, or how they perceive you as a personal brand. Right? So I try to post more happy stuff, jovial stuff, and some funny stuff, because I wanted to create joy for myself and people around me. And when I see something funny happen around me, I want to share it out, because I want to express it instead of impress. But I've been using that same thought process for all my posts. It was only last year year end, right? I started connecting with a few of my friends. I started reaching out to them because they have been quite quiet, all right? So I reaching out to them, say, hey, since the MCO, you have been quite quiet, so just checking in, is everything okay, right? So there were about like 4 or 5 of them. They say, hey, thanks for checking in. Actually, I kind of like fall into depression when the MCO started back in March last year. But every time I turn on to Facebook and I see all this news about lockdown, about the COVID cases and all these things, it saddens me even more when people post about businesses are closing down, and my business closed down. So I stopped myself from going to social media. But then when I see some of your posts, your funny posts, your all these, there was one post I posted about a video of Lee Min Ho, all right? So
Yeah.
so post things like that. Then they actually told me they found joy reading my post, and I didn't notice that until like a few of them. In fact, the three to five of them, they don't know each other. So when they start telling me the same thing, that they found joy reading my post, they found joy connecting with my post, and that actually helped them, mentally go through this whole stressful period. I was touched. See, a small simple act of me wanting to share joy, even though it might not go viral, even though it might not get a lot of engagement, but that's not the point. And I'm glad that I found a footing, not to get into that hole, because I just want to share and I want to spread joy. So, after they told me that, and I think it's even more important for us to like really look out for each other, and just spread joy, spread kindness, right? So I think that has been my mantra since the lockdown.
Wow, fantastic! Yeah. I do relate to that. Like when you actually hang around happy people such as yourself, Keanu, it is very addictive. Like you tend to want to gravitate towards people that are happy because you yourself, if you're a very positive person, you like more positivity, and positivity actually links to more joy and happiness. I think that is super helpful. So to our audience here, right, if you're actually getting like some tips or tricks from Keanu, do type one in the comments. Yeah, do type one in the comments. So, and also smash the heart and love button to actually give Keanu a little bit more encouragement to actually share more with us. So yeah, I actually relate to what you actually mentioned. And coming back to what you mentioned about postings and all, right? Do you have a differentiation between what you post on Facebook, on the different platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn? Is there do you cater towards a different market? And is it okay to share things that are actually more business related on Facebook as compared to LinkedIn? How is your ratio like, and how do you actually change your message?
That's a very good question. In fact, I have been toying around that for quite some time, until I find my rhythm. Because LinkedIn is a very different platform. Most of the time, people will share more on business and skills and knowledge. So my ratio is about 90-10. 90, on LinkedIn, my content will be about 90% more on education and information, business related, skill sets related, mindset related, and then probably the other 10% will be a little bit more fun and light stuff. On Facebook, I find it's really reversed. 90% of the stuff were a bit nonsense, and people relate to that, right? They will click the haha button, and then they will engage with my post when I start posting nonsense. But I don't want to be known as someone who produce nonsense, right? So I try to balance it out. So after a few, couple of nonsense posts, I want to post a little bit. Hey, by the way, I'm actually doing this, yeah. So I start to kind of like introduce back a little bit of what I do. And of course, those kind of posts don't get much engagement because people are like, okay, I know what you do. But but that's just how it goes. So for me, it's about like 2 posts of silly nonsense, fun, lighthearted posts, and then followed by 1 post of what I'm actually doing. So it's okay if they don't engage with that post or if they don't like, because that's not the end goal. Most importantly, people actually know, right, what I do, because sometimes when you have a lot of friends on your Facebook and they don't know what you do and you're trying to sell stuff to them, that's where the misfit comes. All right. So, but if they like you and they know what you do, they might come and approach you and say, hey, I have this problem. Do you supply this solution? Because I see you post about this before. So you want to get that consistency.
I see. Wow, fantastic. So actually, Pauline is saying that Keanu is a happy pill. Darren say it's a Kaizing for Rachel. Say you are happy, zesty people are actually contagious. Yeah, I think that's really true. What you actually mentioned about being happy and just sharing joy to the world, and then people will automatically gravitate towards you, because who wants to hang around very sad and very depressed people, right? So we always want happy and joyful people to hang around with. And what you mentioned about being grateful and stuff like that, and knowing what platform to actually post on. Facebook is a more like rojak kind of platform. So you yeah, right. So you actually post more things that are funny, relatable, more relatable to the everyday life. That will be more on the Facebook post. And then maybe for LinkedIn, it can be a little bit more professional, mixed with a little bit of humor. I think humor is always timeless. Humor will always relate to everybody. So it can be a bit more business wise, and I do encourage like business owners, if you are already not on LinkedIn, or if you are not active on LinkedIn, I think you definitely should be lah. I think
Yes.
it's a great platform to be on for marketers, for like coaches, salespeople, because most of your clients, to be honest, they are actually already on that platform. You just have to find the right fit.
Yes.
So
LinkedIn is the way to go.
Great. Yeah, LinkedIn is definitely the way to go. So to our audience here, if you have any questions for Keanu, right? If you have any questions or any industry related questions that you think Keanu might have the answer for you, do type it in the comments below, and we will try to get through your questions. So yeah, Keanu, back to where we were right now. We were talking about postings and all. A lot of people actually talk about, like just now we were talking about how to actually get more engagement. Which platform actually gets more engagement. You actually mentioned about Facebook. You actually post 90%, a little bit more fun, relatable stuff, and then on LinkedIn is the other way around. How do you actually create a post that can actually stand out? What kind of do you have a formula that you actually have, or the message that you want to convey? Is there a formula or right way to go about it?
There are a lot of different formulas that you can find online, but there was this one formula that I stood by in most of my posts that commands credibility, which I actually wrap it around an acronym called CCC. So what it means is, this post stands for a credibility commanding content. So you need to post up content that commands credibility, on what you do. So the formula to craft a CCC post is 11313. All right. So I think Dr. Ali is in here, and he swears by this formula. All right. So Dr. Ali, if you're here, please type 11313. All right.
So everyone actually do type in. Everyone type in what's that? Sorry,
11313. All right.
11313.
Yeah.
Right.
So what it means, one. Okay, let's talk about the first one. You want to start your post with a catchy title, it's a catchy headline. All right, one punchline header that stops people from scrolling. Is kind of like stun them. They say, "Oh, what is this?" All right. So you want to come up with a catchy title. Now, how you come about with catchy title, you can actually research it. There are a lot of resources that you can find online to teach you that. Okay, so you want to come up with a catchy title, and then the second one. The other one is you want to craft a short, relatable paragraph. Okay, that speaks to your target audience. All right, the audience that you want this post to relate to. So let's say you are selling to stay-at-home mom. All All right, let's say you're a product and you are selling to a stay-at-home mom. So you want to craft a short paragraph that speaks to them, saying, "Hey, stay-at-home mom, are you like really pulling your hair off because kids are staying at home, husband is working at home, and your sanctuary now becomes a workplace and a school all combined, right?" So that speaks to them. And then, if you have something to sell, try not to sell the product or the features of the product. You want to sell the solution, all right? So you can say, here's what I found: 3 tips to reduce stress. So that's the 3 part, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3. So 3 tips to reduce stress, and then you share 1, 2, 3. That's your point 1, 2, and 3. So it could be solutions that you offer. It could be ideas that you offer. It could be observations from your client's case study and say, this is what my clients do to reduce stress. 1, 2, 3. All right. So the 3 wisdom nuggets is what I call showcasing your brain. Okay. So you want to tell people that you are good at certain area. So 1, 1, 3. 1, you want to follow up with 1 call to action. So each of your credibility commanding posts, you want to wrap it around. You want to end it with a call to action. A call to action can simply be asking them a question. Comment below if you experience the same thing, all right? Or it could be comment below if you have any other tips that can help stay-at-home mom to stay sane, all right? So because your comment might help someone who's reading this, or it could be, hey, I've compiled a list of ideas on how you can stay sane, about 20 tips of them. Drop me a comment and type me, all right, and I'll send the compilation to you, or anything that you invite them to take a small action. That's what I call a call to action. So there you go. 1, 1, 3, 1, the call to action. 3. The last 3 is you always sign off your post with at least 3 hashtags. Okay. The first 2 hashtags will be your personal branding hashtag. It could be, so for me, it will be hashtag Ask Keanu, hashtag Coach Keanu, and then the third hashtag could be a hashtag related to that post. All right. So try to put 3 to 5 hashtag, at least 3, but not more than 5. Otherwise, it looks very spammy. So there you go. All right. That's a very simple formula. Of course, this is not the only formula. There are a lot of different ways, but I think this one is very easy to use. All right. Dr. Ali loved that.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah, I really like that. I personally have yet to use this formula, but this is my second time listening to it. But actually, when you actually mention it once again, I can somewhat relate to it and will definitely use it in my future posts. So just to recap what you actually mentioned, right? The first one is your punchline, which is something like a catchy title. The second one is something short and relatable, which is something that speaks to the targeted audience. And then after that, you give them a solution, maybe 3 tips or 3 suggestions to actually how they can overcome that problem. And then your next one would be the follow-up call to action. Maybe like if they agree or if they want to comment, that is how you don't actually sell, but you actually ask them to maybe take action by talking to them, to actually ask them to type into the comments what they actually feel and whether they relate to it. So you get a bit more engagement in that sense. And the last part will be the 3 hashtags that you mentioned, not more than 5. 3 to 5 I think will be ideal, so it doesn't seem very very spammy. So wow, that is fantastic. I learned a lot today. If you guys are actually getting a lot of value from Keanu, do smash the heart button and the like button. Do smash it, or definitely. So I myself, I actually learned something today. I think it's a lot of pain, not to say painful, but a lot of practice. You have to practice this. It doesn't come naturally, but if you follow this sequence, right, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, would it be relevant to all the postings that you post out, or only certain posts you actually use this, and then other posts you actually use another formula? If you keep on using the same thing over and over and over again,
It gets bored.
It might get a bit bored. So what's your take on how to shake things up a bit?
Only use this formula if you want to kind of like showcase your brain. That's why I call it CCC, credibility commanding content. So if that piece of content you want to post it out and to showcase your ability, your skill set, or your knowledge, and to command some credibility, so I think this is a good formula to use. So this is a CCC formula. Of course, you have other posts, like maybe you have educational posts, or you have something that you want to share, or like the post that I post about my mom's siu bao and kaya puff. So I didn't use this formula, all right, because it wasn't to showcase my skill sets. So find your own rhythm. You have your own style. Some people prefer posting in bullet points on all their posts. Doesn't matter as long as it's your style. Some people like to post stories, right? And some of my posts that got high engagement was in dialogue form. All right, so I was in dialogue form where I was having conversation with my daughter. So there's a lot of different ways. What I want to relate to the audience here is that try not to get too tied up with the mechanics of it. All right, enjoy the process. You will find your rhythm, and you want to use all your contents to express who you are, what you stand for, what's your value, and those people who are aligned with your values, aligned with your beliefs, aligned with how you see the world, they will be drawn to you, and they might want to have a deeper relationship with you and to do business. And that is how you build your tribe. All right, because we can't serve everybody on this planet. All right, so you build a tribe, people who follow you, people who are aligned to your values, and you want to serve this group of people because they are just like you. All right, and I think the world will be a much happier place if we can just stick to that. So be who you are and attract who like-minded with you. And it's okay if people are different, and they start judging you because you are different. It's really okay. I mean, if everybody is okay with being different, then I think there will be lesser war in this world.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, don't judge people. So speaking about judging, right? How do you answer the naysayers? Because a lot of people, like you, when you actually become viral, there will definitely be haters. Everybody has a lot of hate. Everybody who is popular would actually have haters. So I believe yourself, Keanu, you're already somebody. I think it's you're already well known in the MLM industry. You have actually created some credibility for yourself. How would you actually answer the naysayers or those people that are cynical about you?
I don't answer to them. Well, there was this friend who was from my previous employment, and he liked commenting on my posts a lot. So every time I post anything, he will comment. So at first it was more like teasing. Whatever I post, he will post something opposite. Like more like teasing. But it's okay. I mean, it's friends. But somehow, there will be a point where you just feel that I think this is getting to a different level already. So the teasing starts, becoming a little bit more personal
Cynical.
and cynical, and and they start posting on their own page about, I have this friend, stuff like that. So those are the toxic people that you really don't want to hang around with. So I unfollow him, so that I don't see his post pop up on my feed. But he will comment on my post, so I still see all this stuff. And so there will always be people like that. And there was one time I think I was posting about a motivational quote, all right, to MLMers out there: hang on, because it's the time is tough. If you are venturing to MLM, you have to believe that this is not a bad industry, but it was just having a bad name because of how people were doing it in the old school. But now we're in the new norm, all right? So lots of things have evolved, and lots of things were forced to change. So there is always a better way. There is always a more professional way to do it. So if you are adapting to the new norm way, good. If you don't know how, I can help. I do offer free coaching, even though you are not my students. So I just want to help out. So when I was posting that, my intention was to lift up some of the people struggling with MLM, or some of the professionals who are actually thinking about, can I actually do MLM? But there's a huge stigma around it. So I was posting something to open it up so that they can have a conversation with me about how do I go about it. I think I can make some money in MLM because now my business is affected by the COVID and stuff, but I really don't know how to go about it because I don't want to do it the uncle auntie way. Nothing wrong with that. Some people actually make money out of that. but it just doesn't gel with the professional community. So I was posting that post to lift them up, to open a space for them to get in touch with me. And this cynical friend, start to drop links to Wikipedia about MLM is a scam and stuff like that. And I think that is a bit too much, right? I mean,
Yeah.
of course you have your belief, right? You have your belief.
Yep.
I respect that. But for you to barge into my space and dump in all this stuff, so I just I didn't want to delete his comment because I think it was a good conversation. All right. So I replied to his. I say, hey, great that you are researching, but what's this all about? Then he say, oh, you don't know how to read. Oh, I thought you had a degree. So if you have read it, you wouldn't be asking this question. Then I said, of course I read it, but what is it all about? Because it's really out of character that you'll be posting stuff like this on my page. If you really have something to say, you can say it, right?
Yep.
And I don't think this is the way that you should be doing things. And I say, MLMers are thinking the same, so yeah, me non-MLMer, I don't know what you guys think. And I say, well, I don't know about you, but my mom taught me if you have nothing good to say nothing. So I don't know which culture you came from, but I think I'm gonna remove this from now on, because I want to keep my posts clean. So yep. Then he say, oh, all right, fine by me, and some cynical sign-off stuff. But since then, he stopped trolling my posts. It doesn't affect me what he thinks about me or the MLM industry. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. And I think we have to be okay with people not being okay with us.
Yep.
Okay, I'm saying? We got to learn to be okay with having people not being okay with us. Don't stress yourself. There's too many things for us to handle in this pandemic. Too many things on our plate for ourselves and our family and our business. And we have bigger mission in life to be dealing with small people like that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people would actually be very cynical about us, especially coming from the MLM industry. Some of them. It's not totally their fault because sometimes it's the background or how they were actually brought up or the bad experiences like myself. But when I have nothing good to say, like what you mentioned, when I have nothing good to say, I will say nothing at all. But when I want to share something, I share directly with the person so we can actually have a meaningful conversation and we can understand each other so we can become better. Correct or not?
Yep, you've got it right.
Definitely. So yeah, it's almost at the end of our whole session.
Oh.
So to all our audience here, if you guys have one takeaway from what Keanu actually mentioned throughout the whole 45 minutes of us actually being here, what is that one lesson that you'll be taking away for tonight? So Pauline actually mentioned that you can't control others, but you can actually manage how you respond it. So you don't have the control over you. So well done, lah, Keanu Shu. Yep, definitely.
Pauline.
Yep.
I love Pauline.
Cool. Yeah. That's an insider joke, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, Pauline. Thanks for actually commenting, Pauline. Yep. So yeah. So Jiawang actually mentioned that one express takeaway from this session is to actually post to express, not to impress. Yeah, definitely. When we actually post, we post not to like show off our new watch, but maybe to show, if you want to show your watch, by all means, but show it in a way of maybe telling a story. Maybe this watch came from after like you actually work your ass off, you actually saved up so much money, and then you turn it into something like a story, right? So it doesn't come across as being showy or impressive, but still you still have your watch, but you come from a point of story, and it's more relatable in that sense. You strive for something and then you achieve it. So that's how I actually would do this. So yeah, thanks so much. I think a lot of us would have benefit a lot from this. A lot of people actually typing in 11313. Wow, fantastic. So Pauline actually mentioned 113. Elaine, Rachel, thank you so much for actually
awesome.
commenting.
Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, so we have Darren, Pauline, Rachel. Yeah, fantastic. A lot of people would have actually gotten, like I myself, I think 11313 is really something that I would take and run for tonight.
Good.
Yeah, so by the way, is 11313 something that is close to you, or like is it your car plate number, or you just came out with something like this because you knew it is a good structure? I'm just curious.
No, I don't have attachment to the number at all. In fact, 11313 is just one of the 20 different types of posts that I have. I mean, 20 different styles. So 11313, I think is the most relatable to across all industry. And of course, for those who are more inclined into the industry that I serve, network marketing, MLM, direct selling, we have about like 20 different types of style to post, and does not sound salesy or spammy at all. In fact, I do have a template from Excel sheet that they can just click, drag, and they get the entire month worth of content posts, what to post on which day, what topic to talk about.
Wow.
That's included for my students, all right. So and of course, I want to serve, and I think one of the best way that I'm able to serve the network marketers and the MLMers who are still in business or thinking about, those who are thinking to venture into this, but they just want to find an approach that is more in tune to them. So for those who are in it or thinking about getting into it, I actually open up my calendar for just to help them get some clarity on how to move about. So I do have this signature 15-minute coaching, clarity coaching, but I usually charge for that. So for now, I think I just want to give back, especially 100X is doing a really great job connecting entrepreneurs. So, if I may, if you are in this industry, MLM, direct selling, network marketing, or thinking about getting in and you need some clarity, you can just type 15 in the comments. So
Type 15 in the comments, guys. Yeah. If you guys, if you want that clarity, if you are actually in the MLM industry and you really need some clarity in terms of your thought process or how you actually can improve your business, no harm just contacting Keanu. It's a free 15-minute consultation. So yeah, fantastic. So it's almost at our end of our session. Keanu, do you have any last words for our audience here right now?
Last words. Oh, sounds like I'm going off for good. Okay. Last word before we end this show. And I think
before we end the show,
yeah, I think when we talk about, especially in Malaysia, when we talk about kita jaga kita, I think like really take heart to it, because I don't think anyone in power might be able to do so for all of us. So we really need to take care of each other. If you are in business and if your customer really need what you have to offer, and they can only afford so much, and if you can do it for that much, try not to jack up the price. If you can, and for consumers, if you are buying from a business and business is already struggling to stay afloat, and if you can afford it, try not to further negotiate the price down and all, because both sides actually feeling the pain of the entire pandemic. Well, I don't know where the balance is. How much should I negotiate? How much should I offer to my customers? I don't know where the balance is, but let's start with kindness and compassion. All right, and I think that would take us very, very, very far. Hopefully until this whole pandemic ended and we have a harmonious community to build on.
Wow, there's some very, very powerful words there. Kindness and compassion. Wow, Keanu. Yes, that is pretty much how we can actually sum up the whole session for tonight. I would like to thank Keanu for your time and effort for being here till like 11 o'clock at night. I know it's really, really late. Thank you so much for actually being on the show and being sharing so much value with us. You guys, if you guys are actually getting a lot of value from Keanu, do smash the heart and like button. So you can actually thank Keanu for actually sharing so much with us. Usually all these are in his paid course, but he's actually sharing with us for free. So I really appreciate your time and effort for actually sharing so much with us. Thanks, Keanu. So yeah.
Most welcome.
So yeah, to all our audience here, if you guys have not already signed up as a member, I do encourage you guys to sign up as as a 100x member. It's totally free. Just go down to the link below. It's actually linked in the comments below on how you can actually sign up for member. Because the community is super supportive. The community is always there for you, especially if you're an entrepreneur wanting to actually scale your business, whether you are actually starting off your career as an entrepreneur, or you already have an existing network of people, or already a business that you're actually running for a while. I would really encourage you to just join as a member first, see how it's a community like. No harm trying, because it costs nothing to you, right? So with that, I would like to end the show. Thank you, Keanu. Thank you so much for your time, and then thanks to all our audiences who actually participated and actually spent time commenting and liking our posts, and even sharing this out to your family and friends. I'm deeply grateful, and I'm very happy to actually be part of this 100x summit, 100x virtual summit, where they actually invite like more than 48 industry leading experts to actually come and talk to you or share with you like knowledge on how you can actually build your business, build your brand, everything that is related to entrepreneurship. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here. And last but not least, I would like to thank some of our audience here right now. So we have Rachel, we have Elaine, we have Farahana, we have Pauline, we have Chun Kian, we have Caroline, we have Kenneth, we have Hilda, we have Alex, we have Elaine, Rachel. Wow. We have Chun Ping. Yeah, so many of you guys, man. Steffi,
Thank you,
Darren.
guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for actually tuning in and commenting. And Jiawang.
Wow.
Yeah, so many comments.
Mindy is here.
Jasmine.
Oh, hi,
Yeah,
Mindy.
Mindy. Yeah, so sorry if I cannot go through all the comments. Yeah, there's so many of you guys, and yeah, I really appreciate your time and effort. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do stay tuned. Do stay tuned for more sessions like this tomorrow. There's still another 4 more days to go. So I would actually encourage you guys to tune in every single day. If you see there's a topic that is relatable to you, do definitely tune in and do share to your friends and family if you can. So yeah, with that, that's all for now. And yeah, thanks Keanu. Thanks for being on the show. And bye guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Jonah. Thanks.
See ya.
My name is Vivian. Hi all, my name is Vivian. Welcome back to Tong Heng's Facebook Live. Please join me to welcome Mr. Lee.
Hi, Vivian.
Hello guys, my name is Vivian and welcome to Shrashko Professional's first ever Facebook Live. I'm your host, Vivian. Let's go clock it. Let me take you on the tour of the property. Damansara Furnishing Center supplies furnishing of premium quality with a touch of modern aesthetic.
Zenmoya Malaysia specializes in contemporary, multifunctional, and space-saving interior solutions.
I expect to see this building up. Yay! Come on, shout out to them. Yes! Please continue to share and like